Hello. All right, here we are. Well, that was an exciting weekend. So, other side. Currently at 4 ETH on a floor. Ooh, it's still dropping. All right, so essentially today. Oh, you know what I want to do actually? I'm going to advertise that I'm doing this stream. Let me grab the URL really quickly here. Hang on. Let people know what's going on. Yep. All right. Writing right now. Writing right now about Otherside. If you want to join chat. Let me make sure I have my chat open. All right. The live stream chat. How messed up it is. Okay, so basically what happened here is that the other side, how's that look? Looks okay still? All right. So the other side basically I'm writing today. No. I'm talking about how other side screwed up. Over the weekend, Yugalabs dropped their other side metaverse land and let people and allowed KYC'd people to mint it. How much was it going for? Other side mint cost. $305 ape, right. And how much was 305 ape? 6,500 bucks. Is that like 2 ETH? For 305 ape, or about 6,500 bucks. The problem, well, wait. So let's start. Why don't we start here? The floor price on, let's start here. No. So the floor play is dropping still dropping on the other deed NFTs. Currently they're at just under 4 ETH each. But let's rewind. Just a second. Over the weekend, Yugalabs dropped their other side metaverse land and allowed KYC KYC'd people to mint it for 305 ape, their own coin, or about 6,500 rucks. The problem happened. The problem started happening when, well, since the project, there were many, unfortunately, there's so much stuff to say about this. Unfortunately, the floor price, no, what am I talking about? Not the floor price. Unfortunately, the problems started happening pretty shortly after, when a gas war broke out. Gas, which are the transaction fee, basically a tax, basically the tax on the transaction, skyrocketed to 2 to 3 Ethereum, or approximately I don't know, like $7,000. $7,000. So crazy. Actually, hold on. Let me make sure. I think ape at the time was coin. How much was ape at the time? Ape. Ape is also dropping. Still, it's crazy. 7-day. What was it? What was the date? It was April. It was Saturday night. It was April 30th. So April 30th. Yeah. I'm gonna call it a 25. So crazy. About 25 bucks. So how much was that? So 25 times 305. $7,600. Okay. $7,600 at mint time. Unfortunately, $7,000 to $9,000. Many people, ape holders, no, and that screwed over anyone. Yes, I repeat, anyone using Ethereum or anything built on Ethereum. So it wasn't just the NFT community that was in uproar about the insane transaction fees, but also the rest of the crypto world took notice. So silly. All right. So transactions, some holders decided to pay the fee anyway, hoping, I guess, to make profit still make a profit on something that costed up to $16,500 at mint. But other non-crazy, no, not non-crazy people, I want to say people that didn't have enough Ethereum for the transaction fee either got screwed out of the mint, or they paid too low of a fee and the transaction ultimately failed, making them lose money. This is just the way crypto goes in 2022. But the story doesn't stop there. Yugalabs, the people behind Other World, what am I talking about? Other Side, decided to tweet, quote, a few words on, what did they say? It's ridiculous. Yuga. And they're still refunding people, right? Yep, they're still working on refunding. Here. A few words about the mint. A few words about, well, I'll just quote it. A few words about the mint. We know that the Otherdeed mint was unprecedented in its size and high demand NFT collection, and that would bring with it unique challenges. Well, yeah. The hope was that those challenges would be assuaged via a rigorous gating mechanism in the form of an on-chain KYC, a max mint of 2 per KYC wallet, and a significant clearing price at 305 ApeCoin. So basically they thought that the high price would stop people from minting. But it didn't. They assumed. Okay. This had been the largest NFT mint in history by several multiples, and yet the gas used during the mint shows the demand far exceeded anyone's wildest expectations. The scale of this mint was so large that Etherscan crashed. Etherscan is the website. Did it crash? Let's check. Down detector? Etherscan.io. Check if Etherscan is down. Does Etherscan have a Twitter? Yeah. Let's see what they said. April 29th. April 26th. I don't think so. I can't confirm that. Etherscan down. Are there any news articles about it? This is a token. Is Etherscan down? Oh, that's not the one. Is there any news about it? crashes Ethereum. See, these guys don't even know what they're talking about. Where's Etherscan? Yeah. Other deed requiring about 6,000 or 2 Ether in transaction fees to mint, according to data from Etherscan. Etherscan didn't crash. Idiots. Okay, so was so large that Etherscan crashed. No, that's false. We are sorry for turning off the lights on Ethereum for a while. They didn't, they slowed it down, but they didn't turn it off. It seems abundantly clear that ApeCoin will need to migrate to its own chain in order to properly scale. We'd like to encourage the DAO to start thinking in this direction. So, here, if they don't understand the fundamentals of how Ethereum works in the transaction fees and the transactions capable currently, and they're not aware enough to actually, warn their users, how are they actually going to put in a different? How are they going to build another chain? It's ridiculous. Like, there's so much BS. Okay, we are aware that some users have had failed transactions due to the incredible demand being forced through Ethereum's bottleneck. For those of you affected, we appreciate your willingness to build alongside us. Know that we've got your back and we'll be refunding your gas. All right, so I guess they're still refunding gas. I haven't heard much about it, but I guess it's going through. But they said way too much. Doesn't make sense. They could have just said, we're sorry. They don't even have to refund these people. They're doing that out of their goodwill, which is nice. But they don't understand how the fundamentals work. Okay, so this is the problem. So going back here, a few words about the mint. They then tweeted some falsities. No, I don't want to call it fake news. They then tweeted inaccurate information and somewhat pretty much blamed Ethereum for the problems they were experiencing. And said they will start looking into creating their own chain. Did they do their own chain? In quotes? Yeah, its own chain. Quote, own chain. Now, I've said this before, offline, but Yuga, maybe I'll back up here. I was on during I was checking what was happening on Saturday and looked at the contract they released. So there were more than a few, to put it lightly, to understate it, the contract could have been optimized much better. The contract could have been optimized much better if they had an understanding of the technicalities of Ethereum. and realized they could have at least saved their users money during that way, gas money that way. But Yuga is partially right, is right in the fact that Ethereum did cause the issue and it is slow. But here again, since they are clearly not technical in nature, and at this point I'm assuming they are the greatest marketers in the world, they didn't seem to remember that Ethereum currently only handles 15 transactions per second. And that this is a known issue this has been a known issue for years, and that this is a big reason for the development of Ethereum 2, which can scale to over 100,000 transactions per second. For comparison, Visa credit cards can handle 1,500 transactions per second. So Ethereum 2 is going to be way, way better than Visa. And the reason is because they are planning, it's not just transactions from person to person, it's transactions from machine to machine, like smart TV to refrigerator or whatever. Or if you authorize you could totally authorize your refrigerator to order something from Amazon, and then it would just do it automatically. It's crazy. So that's machine to machine, and Visa can only handle 1,500. So this is 100,000 divided by 1,500, 85 times. Okay. All right, so for comparison, so the best thing, the bottom line here is that everyone was upset at this over the weekend. The bottom line is that everyone was upset at this over the weekend, and it made it abundantly clear that we need Ethereum 2 as soon as possible, because the demand for it is clearly there. And yes, I am hopeful they will release it by the end of 2022. Instead, people lost faith in Yugalabs. There's now a sell-off on the other side. Not only the other side NFTs, but also Apes Board, and Mutant Apes. What else? Oh, but also Board and Mutant Apes. The winners, no. I'm going to, was it at Punk? What was it? At Punk. This is a great one. Yeah, this was awesome. Wait, I think I liked it, so let me go like. Yeah, look at this. The trade was to buy Doodles, Moonbirds, and Azuki ahead of other deed liquidity. All up 20 to 50% since Saturday. Like, so Punk 9059. Punk 9059 ran the numbers this morning and discovered that I'll quote, Doodles, Moonbirds, and Azuki. Doodles, Moonbirds, and Azuki were up 20 to 50% since Saturday. So it's safe to say that many Yuga holders switched allegiances to the other blue chip NFTs in this space. It's unfortunate. For everyone. It's unfortunate for all involved, for everyone. But yes, I am hopeful. I am hopeful that it will be released by the end of 2022, based on updates I've been following on it. But instead, for now, unfortunately, people lost faith in Yugalabs. There is now a sell-off on not only the other side NFTs, but also the Board and Mutant Apes. Punk 9059 ran the numbers this morning and discovered that Doodles, Moonbirds, and Azuki were up 20 to 50% since Saturday. So it's safe to say that many Yuga holders switched allegiances to the other blue chip NFTs in this space. It's unfortunate for everyone. Well, it's not unfortunate for those NFTs, obviously. It's unfortunate. Well, maybe short-term gains. Maybe short-term gains for those other NFT projects. But overall, we clearly lost a big opportunity. to expand the NFT user base. But we clearly lost a big opportunity to expand the NFT user base. That's so sad. Many are left. These are the real risks. There are real risks to crypto, and wise words were spoken. Now, I want to remind a quick one, and I just want to say a quick reminder to never invest money you cannot afford to lose. And I just want to quickly remind people to never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Hopefully, $3.99. Okay. Hopefully, I mean, we will all bounce back, but we need to understand that it's early and holding long wins ultimately. Is that right? Does that make sense? And diamond hands win. Even if that means holding onto Ethereum itself instead. Holding long onto Ethereum itself until scalability problems are a thing of the past. We will bounce back. I'm going to say all. We will bounce back, but we need to understand that it's early and diamond hands win, even if it means holding long onto Ethereum itself, until scalability problems are a thing of the past. Scalability problems and gas wars are a thing of the past. All right. The floor price is still dropping on the other side NFTs. Currently, they're at just under 4 ETH each, or how much is that? 1 ETH to USD. 2,800 for 11,500. 11,500. But let's rewind just a second. Over the weekend, Yugalabs dropped their Otherside metaverse land and allowed KYC people to mint it for 305 APE, or about $7,500 at mint time. Unfortunately, the problem started happening pretty shortly after when a gas war broke out. Gas, which is basically a tax on the transaction, skyrocketed to 2 to 3 Ethereum, or approximately $7,000 to $9,000. And that screwed over anyone, yes, I repeat, anyone using Ethereum or anything built on Ethereum. So it wasn't just the NFT community that was in an uproar about the insane transaction fees, but also the rest of the crypto world took notice. some holders decided to pay the fee anyway, hoping, I guess, to still make a profit or something on something that cost up to $16,500 at mint. But other people that didn't have enough Ethereum for the transaction fee either got screwed out of the mint or they paid too low of a fee, and the transaction ultimately failed, making them lose money. This is just the way crypto goes in 2022. But the story doesn't stop there. Yugalabs, the people behind Otherside, decided to tweet, quote, a few words about the mint. They tweeted they then tweeted some inaccurate information and pretty much blamed Ethereum, but they did, to their credit, they said they'd be refunding failed gas transaction fees. I was checking what happened on Saturday, and I looked at the contract they released. To understate it, the contract could have been optimized much better if they had an understanding of the technicalities of Ethereum and realized they could have at least saved their users gas money that way. But Yuga is ultimately right in the fact that Ethereum did cause the issue, and it is slow. But here again, since they clearly are not technical in nature, and at this point I'm assuming they're the greatest marketers in the world, they didn't seem to remember that Ethereum currently only handles 15 transactions per second, and that this has been a known issue for years, and that this is a big reason for the development of Ethereum 2, which can scale to over 100,000 transactions per second. For comparison, Visa credit cards can handle 1,500. Bottom line, blah, 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 blah. Hopefully they'll release Punk user base. These are the risks to crypto. We'll bounce back. All right. I think I'm good. I'm going to set up, get the tabs ready, and start recording. Thanks for seeing this.